Hey, what's up everybody? This is JP coming out of Self-Made Training Facility in San Marcos, California. If you guys want in-person training or online training, please head to my website, jpfitnesspro.com. Today's video is going to be about antagonistic paired sets, or antagonist paired sets. I've talked about this in a video previously, but again, because I wasn't in front of a whiteboard and I wasn't actually in the gym, I didn't get to kind of fully show what it is. But what APS sets are just, they're like supersets, except you're specifically doing different muscle groups that are opposing of each other. And the example that I'm going to give today is biceps and triceps. So how you set it up is you do an exercise. Again, in this instance, I'm going to do bicep curls, and the opposing muscle group and the opposing exercise I'm going to do is tricep extensions. So you go from one exercise, like a bicep curl, immediately to another exercise, such as tricep extensions. You can do this with, this works really well with isolation movements, but it also can work with compound movements. Another example of a compound movements that would be good for APS sets would be, for example, like a lat pull down coupled with an overhead press. You can do whichever one you want first. One thing to note is that antagonistic pair sets, they can work for strength purposes, like if your goal is to get stronger, but depending on how you structure it, if you structure it wrong, they could actually hurt you with strength sets. So if your goal is hypertrophy or something other than strength, like muscular endurance, you can go from one exercise to another with no rest in between. If your goal is strength, I would have rest in between still, and the APS sets will still help with the ultimate goal. But again, you still want rest in between. So the ultimate goal of doing an antagonistic pair set is, one, there is some evidence that shows that when you do antagonistic pair sets that there actually is increased muscle growth from doing them this way. But in my opinion, I don't think the research is heavy enough to actually have this as the main driving factor to do this. Now, in my opinion, the main driving factor to do this is to have increased workout density or volume density. And by that I mean is when you go from one exercise to another, you're getting more volume in a shorter amount of time, but you're not kind of compromising volume by doing the same muscle group. A traditional superset will do the same muscle group back to back. So for example, if you did push-ups followed by chest flies, your chest flies are gonna kind of suffer in the sense that you're fatigued from doing the push-ups. And some people may say, well, that's the point, I'm trying to fatigue the muscle group. Well, over the last couple of videos, from what I've explained to you guys and from my opinion in regards to this subject, I don't think that's the best way to make gains, because you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot essentially. You're not going to be able to get as much workout volume by doing a chest exercise followed by another chest exercise. And there just hasn't been enough evidence to support metabolic stress when you have to lower workout volume. Again, especially dramatically. I think that supersets do that. They lower workout volume dramatically. You're just fatiguing the muscle so much that you have to lower the weight so much as well. But what APS sets do is they let you get a lot of volume in a short amount of time, but they don't kind of affect your volume when it comes to that specific exercise. The reason being is you're going from one muscle group, and again, I'm going to show you in a little bit, like a bicep curl, to another muscle group, like the triceps and a tricep extension. So if I do a bicep curl, let's just say I start doing a bicep curl. I come up, do whatever rep range I'm supposed to do. Let's just say I'm supposed to do 9 to 12 reps, and I do my 9 to 12 reps. I immediately go to a tricep extension. Again, I'll show you when I raise this up. I immediately go to a tricep extension and perform the 9 to 12 reps on that exercise. Typically, again, you can structure this a little bit differently, but you don't have to have any rest period in between. But from after you do both exercises, then you take your rest period. But when you compare the rest period from the biceps, then you do triceps, and then you do your rest period, and then you go back to bicep curls, when you look at the actual time between the muscle groups being worked, you're actually getting a little bit more rest for that specific muscle group than you would a traditional workout. A traditional workout, you do a set of curls, rest period, curls, rest period. With APS sets, you're doing, and again, you can couple this with other exercises, but in this specific example, you're going from curls, triceps, rest, then curls again. So the curls are getting more rest while you're doing your triceps as well. So, but when you look at how many sets you're still doing more sets in a shorter amount of time. So in this sense, there's going to be less like specific fatigue, I guess you could say, and more general fatigue for like your arms. Yes, you are going to feel fatigue when you do your triceps. Trust me, you are going to feel it. But again, I just think that this is a better way and a better alternative to supersets, because again, you're not having to lower workout volume so dramatically just to get some sort of metabolic stress. So again, APS sets are good because they let you get a lot of volume in a shorter amount of time. You can structure it like biceps, triceps with no rest in between those, and then rest after you do both. If you're doing strength sets, you can do, typically with strength sets, you do an exercise, and then you do a 3-4 minute rest period, and then you do another exercise. But if you want to do it with APS sets and kind of get the benefit of that, you can do one strength exercise and then wait 1 minute or 90 seconds, which is a lot shorter, because then you're jumping to another exercise focused on strength. But if you guys have any questions, comments, please post them down below. I'll see you guys in the next video.